Let's take you to the story now. ANC NEC member Mzwandile Masina, deployed to the ANC Youth League Congress, says they have managed to get enough branches to constitute a conference. He was briefing the media after a day-long delay at the start of the 26th ANC Youth League National Congress at the Nasrec Expo Centre. Now, Masina says they have surpassed the 70% threshold to start the Congress. Now, after 8 years, the ANC Youth League structure will elect its new leaders. For more on the story now, we go live to SABC News reporter Samkele Maseko, who joins us now. Samkele, thank you so much for your time. So a bit of a rocky start this morning there with some delays. Take us through what's happening there now.
Well, Mkolisi, it has indeed been a rocky start to the 26th Congress of the ANC Youth League. Registration has delayed the start of this Congress until the early wee hours of this morning, around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Sonto, the coordinator of the ANC Youth League, was still busy finalizing registration of delegates to this Congress. It has not yet started. We are told that it will start at about 11 o'clock this morning, where they will eventually open the conference. The Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, will also address, and subsequently they will go to the discuss credentials, go to the nominations of those whom are contesting for the officials of the African Congress Youth League, and also go to electing additional members. But I'm going to ask Muntu Ngudle just to speak on the essence of where they are with the registration. Mr. Ngudle, your conference has effectively not yet started. 2 days delays. How far are you with this registration? Have you finally gotten it right with registering all the delegates?
Samkele, we are at conference. The conference has started. Once you are done with registration, it means the conference has started. In fact, once you arrive for registration, that's conference. Now, the stage that we are at the moment is that we had concluded registration. We are going to enter into Congress, open Congress, deal with the issues relating to credentials of the Congress, then enter into the political report, because it's an open session, the political report. Then it will be discussed by everyone. Then we get into the organizational report and financial report. Then we go to commissions on the basis of the discussion documents that we would have developed for the 26th National Conference of the ANC Youth League.
So in essence, the Secretary General of the ANC will not open this Congress until credentials are adopted?
Definitely. The Secretary General has to address a duly constituted National Congress of the ANC Youth League. Now, the issue about credentials is the matter we've been dealing with. We've done pre-registration at the level of provinces. Then the pre-registration now. Registration, as we had said earlier in our updates to the public, that registration at the level of Congress is a mere showing verification through identification of each and every delegate of the ANC Youth League to Congress. So that's what we've been dealing with. Of course, we have dealt with issues of hooligans who came here, bussed to come and attempt to disrupt the Congress. And others are sponsored so that the Congress must not continue. But we've dealt with all those particular elements at the level of the NYTT. Now we are at this level where we are starting the Congress. Delegates are inside plenary. We're about to start.
I want to show you a message of your NYTT meeting, which is on from your WhatsApp group, which we are on. Tutukile Zuma asks, "Greetings, comrades. In yesterday's NYTT meeting, the deputy convener resolved that we will sit an NYTT meeting to consider the audit report, among other things, before the National Congress begins. When is this meeting going to take place?"
Samkele, that message, I see that it's a screenshot done by Sizopila. I don't know why Sizopila is leaking organizational discussion, internal organizational discussions. It's a matter she will have to answer to. But let me tell you, this is how the Congress Youth League operates. When we had adopted what we call organizational report and financial report in our NYTT meeting, this included the issue relating to audit. Audit in the ANC Youth League is done by an independent body because they've got the technical skills to deal with audit. Now, what you deal with in a meeting of the ANC Youth League where the politicians sit, you deal with an issue called credentials. In a Congress of the Youth League, there is what is called Credentials Committee, which constitutes of provincial and regional secretaries who confirm that the delegation from their regions and provinces is the same as it appears in the national credentials book. Now, that matter is a matter of the credentials committee. Then credentials get to be presented to plenary for discussion, augmentation, and adoption. It's not a matter of individuals in the NYTT credentials. It's a matter of Congress. That's why BGMs happen at the level of branches. After that, they can therefore be rectified through audit, which is done by an independent body. That's why you don't see politicians or leadership mangling with audit, because that's not their expertise, not their function. It's a function of functionaries. The issue of audit, and because they've got the technical skills and expertise to deal with that particular matter. So you can't be saying we are going to discuss audit. It's not a matter between the NYTT, it's a matter between the branch and auditors. That's why we do corrections in audit and so on, because it's a branch interacting with auditors. That's a matter of audit. Now we're dealing with credentials of Congress, and I've said to you, that's part of the issues that we're going to be dealing with, which are going to be placed before Congress. Then we deal with adoption. In any Congress of the ANC Youth League, where there is a contestation, you must expect that others who feel that they do not have the necessary support from the branches of the ANC Youth League will always want to dispute credentials. And we call upon all of them to come and place their issues here. And in the ANC, particularly in the ANC and the ANC Youth League, we have allowed an issue where people are not satisfied with the internal process and they've exhausted all the internal avenues in the organization to seek recourse. And we have even allowed them to seek recourse in court, where we're going to be placing facts that this Congress has been duly constituted by delegates from the branches. 90% of the delegates here are coming from branches.
Will this Congress actually sit?
The Congress is sitting, Samkele.
How is it sitting? It's not yet started.
No. When we say we're at Congress, it means delegates are here. We have registered delegates through the duly process that we have, procedures that we have adopted as the ANC Youth League, and through what we call the constitutional procedures and norms and standards that we operate with in the ANC Youth League, as it were. Now, there is no issue about Congress sitting or not sitting. The Congress is sitting. We're at Congress. You see what Nasrec now. Delegates are inside plenary.
How many voting delegates are there? How many delegates are actually at this Congress who will be casting their votes, who are verified through the audits of the African National Congress?
I've told you, Samkele, we're dealing with that particular expected delegates into this conference. It's about 3,000 plus. Now, when you say expected, it doesn't mean all of them have come. Others are not in Congress because of this or that particular reason. That's what credentials deal with. And they say expected delegates are these ones. The actually registered delegates are these ones. That's what credentials committee is going to deal with. That finality in terms of the actual number, you are going to get it once we have adopted credentials.
When will this program actually get underway today?
The program is starting now. As we are speaking, me and you are speaking, the program is starting inside plenary.
Thank you very much. That is Mzwandile speaking on saying that the ANC Youth League Congress will effectively start this morning. They are dealing with the issues of credentials and they will be presented to plenary, knowing the ANC, unlike the Western Cape, which credentials were adopted within the first 30 minutes. Here, they may take time, as those whom have not yet made it to ballot will certainly stage a fight against those credentials if their numbers are not balancing.
And we also heard there, Samkele, that the Congress will sit. We're keeping a very close eye on that. Let's touch base a bit later on in the bulletin. Samkele Maseko joining us there live. Thanks very much indeed.